Good morning, folks. It's 7:39 a.m. on the 9th day, 4th month, 2024. 11 days from 420. It's 420. Oh, what a show you guys got last night. I'm looking at about 2:30 in the morning last night. How many people were out enjoying the eclipse in different ways, because you couldn't see it other than looking at it on like a website or something from the southern hemisphere down here. But many people were doing spiritual things during the eclipse. That has often been done through aeons. So I went and had a look, and yeah, you guys got sprayed really, really badly with some sickness mix here, coming over one of the heavily populated area of Australia. See the chemtrail appeared here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was natural, that's backwards, it's forward. If that was a natural line of a condensate, like a natural contrail, it would have dissipated long ago. And then 10 minutes later, it's still there. 10 minutes later, it's still there. Meanwhile, where I'm pointing at has been a continual combination. Some kind of a deployment vessel is up there doing something, right? That undisclosed. Unless you open your eyes, look at the big T there. Here's some tea. Black gold, Australia tea. There's some Australian tea right there. You're getting tea bagged in your sleep, literally. Have the tea bag, have it now. Have the tea bag falling out in your mouth with a big R in here. What in the hell is that going by there? Is it possibly a chemical trail? Chemicals being used to nucleate condensates, perhaps? Somebody went loopy here. Look at the loops on that. 10 minutes before. Then. You breathe all the chem, breathing all the fallout chem. Boom, 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 plume, plume, plume in you. Oh, you think you got it bad? Right, here's the path to what totality was, right? With the pre-number and all that on the outsides. And I am noticing something. That the browner areas are getting wider. Like we are reflecting and scattering a lot of wavelengths of different kinds of light. The colors of light, so to speak. Each one's a kind, isn't it? Especially on 420, everything should be kind. Why do we have to know the populations of the coal sheds here? So here's how many people they could potentially infest with chemical trails and whatever else that are oppressors who have about the morals of the moralists, so to speak, no empathy. How many people could have gotten surprise in their eyes? Because you want to see what they get? Of course you do. Well, here's the eclipse. This is it. Right in the center here of Mazatlan is where it's going to go, right in the center of Durango, right here. It's going right over the top of there. And so here it is out to sea. And even out here in the very lightnesses of it, as I zoom into these cirrus clouds, you see the bomb formations that nucleated them. Right here, like that square. Everything's pointing here, these V's all pointing at a spot. These coincidences are not a coincidence anymore. It's not just microwaves going on. It's not just square matrix. So when you zoom out, you start to see the cloud streets and the organization of the waveform that excited the molecules to warm them enough to form a water droplet that if it hangs around with other water droplets, it becomes a cloud. Yeah, isn't that cool? But it's not cool what they're doing with it. This is a hell of a deployment area. But if you have a high level vessel, it's very high up in the atmosphere. You can pinpoint a lot of stuff. And when you want trillions of dollars worth of funding to administer, you'll spend billions to get that. That's a very good investment. And as you can see here, some of the sickness mix was through the years I've shown. Pluming off. Products of the Pluminazis. Here they go, right over the top. You got a big W. Even the sky is asking, why are you not stopping this policy? And this is really high, because you got that level there with this going over the top of it. So this is a big high-level streamer here. It could just be just plasma, but it's got particles in it that make it happen. Otherwise, it would be nothing to nucleate. Look at how the curves here are all pointing like an epicenter right there. So there's something there doing something. It's kind of obvious. And this is out here in the ocean as the eclipse went over this path right here. Right, that path I showed you, it's right here. That path. They sprayed you like bugs. And I know people on these edges are going to go out and just see like the edges of eclipses and such. Jim took a great capture of a lens flare on his camera that had what the fingernail sun picture, you know, just as it was exiting, I believe. I'm not quite sure because he was out there probably doing science with his kids. Do you science much? Look at the V's all pointing at a spot here. What do you got, an aircraft carrier or something? They wanted some maneuvers. You're doing some kind of a, you know, hide your fleet maneuvers with clouds, because that's nothing, though, right? Them old ones, pictures of them making a big curtain cloud before, done with like old style planes. You know, they've been trying to do this for a long time, but to block the sun, I think it's been well done. You know, and I'm looking at that. And I'll see the haze on the side here too as well. If it were, they'd stop seeing the eclipse pretty much. And I look, I see chemtrails, I see the shadow. So the sun was on that side, casting the shadow is over here. And that's very far away. You know, the cam is here, and somebody will be over here looking straight up, not seeing that, maybe going, oh my God, black chemtrails. I'm like, optics much, shadows much, shadow government, shadow games, shadow boxing yourself. Look at Florida here. Absolutely cold shot. You know, this ain't going to help their breathing at all. And they knew people would be outside looking. They knew the kids would be here. They want to see this beautiful thing. Is just as it's kissing the coast of America, this shadow. It's sacred stuff goes on. That's only personal to people. Right? Sacred family time. Sacred. Religious things. Sacred. Blessing things. Sacred. And when I look at the sacred lands of the Oklahoma over here where the Shawnee, and I see nothing but a trail of tears over here. It's very, very sad. Well, how can I sit idly by while I watch my planet die? No more, no more. And my systems are never again. Nuevo Casas Grande, big new house. Well, this is not the house that Jack built. This is a house that a bunch of jack-offs are building. And all El Paso on these sickness mix. Look at the square area of coverage. Let's see how much we got here. My God, this is disgusting. Now, where in America will go in miles? They just give a rough. Let's see how much area they poison people. Let's see how much area of the blast coverage for the fallout's going to be. We're going right out to Mexico here. We're going right out to sea. We're going to include this big massive craft because it's just a fucking other crap in the wind. Come on over here. Come on over here. See the camp? I'm just going to stop it there. I could do a better outline, but it's moving that way. Right. That's 5.5 million square miles of toxified air headed over the United States. Your Cyclone B from A to B is coming for you from up, you see. And if you don't look up and see, you're never fucking well gonna wake up dead one day. Gonna wake up dead. Look at the chemical deployments here over Mexico. Beautiful Mexico did not deserve this. El Grande Chemtrailed. El Grande lies. Y El Grande oppressors, cabrones. Suerte de muerte. It's the moment of truth is at hand. Because when I look off the coast of Florida here, it's nothing but total contamination, total chemtrailed out, total fogged out, falling out on people that plan to watch an eclipse, and this is the path to justice they got. This is the amount of stuff they give a shit about. Well, they tell all the kids to go outside and breathe and make sure everybody's there in this line of chem watching this beautiful event unfold while they're being killed, while they're sickened, and they're going to blame it on something else and tell you to get in line for another jab that might be your last. Do not go quietly into this dark night. How dare they take away the spectacle of nature? How dare they play God in the face of God? Do you see what they're doing to you yet? Do you see it? If you don't now, you never will. And if you believe it or not, it could kill you anyhow. Big love. Peace.